Joshua 23 is one of the last moments in Joshua's life. Now very old, he gathers Israel's leaders and gives a Pharaoh speech. His message is clear: God has been faithful, so don't turn away, stay loyal, or face the consequences. The first part of this chapter covers Joshua is old but still leading. Many years have passed since the land was divided. The Lord had given Israel rest from enemies. Joshua, now very old, summons all the tribal leaders, judges, and officials for final words. This is like Moses' Pharaoh in Deuteronomy, a spiritual passing of the torch. Second part of this chapter, remember what God has done. Joshua reminds them, God fought for them and gave them victory. They saw his power with their own eyes. He's given them an inheritance, and more land will be driven out by God himself. Past victories are proof God keeps his promises. Third part of this chapter, obey fully or lose it all. Joshua gives urgent commands. Be very strong to obey all God's laws. Don't associate with the nations that remain among you. Don't mention or serve other their gods. Instead, hold fast to the Lord. Cling to him tightly. Israel's greatest threat isn't external enemies, it's spiritual compromise. So let's take a look at the fourth part of this chapter. God fights for the faithful. One of your routes, one of your roots 1,000, because the Lord your God fights for you. They didn't win battles because they were strong, but because God fought for them. For them. Okay, so fifth part of this chapter. But if you turn away, Joshua warns. If you ally with the remaining nations or marry them, they will become traps, snares, wipes, thorns. God will no longer drive out your enemies if you rebel, okay? This is serious because faithfulness equals protection, but disobedience equals danger. Sixth part of this chapter. God keeps all his promises, good and bad. You know with all your heart and soul that no one of all the good promises the Lord your God gave you has failed. But he will also keep his warnings. If Israel breaks the covenant and worships other gods, they will perish from the land. God is not only faithful in blessing, he is also faithful with justice. So, what are the key lessons from this chapter, from Joshua 23? The first one is God always keeps his promise. His promises. Joshua highlights God's complete faithfulness. They've seen it firsthand. Second lesson, the real danger is spiritual drift. It's not the swords of enemies, but the seduction of idols that threatens Israel. Third, warning is a sign of love. Joshua isn't bitter, he's protective. He's seen what disobedience costs. Fourth lesson, memory fuels obedience. Looking back on God's work gives strength to keep walking forward in faith. So Joshua 23 is a solemn and loving final charge from a faithful leader. Joshua tells Israel to never forget what God has done and to remain loyal because compromise would lead to collapse, okay? Obedience brings blessing, disobedience brings loss. God will remain faithful, will they? Let's see. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I see you in the next one.